all those incredible, delicious smelling aromas coming from the kitchen make many of us hungry ahead of time. So I'm going to give you a little treat that will sort of get you ready, sort of a sweet appetizer, but it's also one of my very all-time favorite chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. I like oatmeal cookies, I like chocolate chip cookies, so combine the two together, you have a wonderful treat that you can do ahead of time, freeze if you want to, package them up, give them as gifts, but this is the recipe. Starting with real butter, then you're going to add 1 whole egg, and most recipes that call for vanilla flavoring, I have found the trick of the trade is to double that vanilla. You really cannot have too much vanilla if it's just called for a teaspoon. So I've doubled the vanilla recipe ingredient into the bowl that I've got butter and sugar. Next, we're adding granulated sugar, flour, soda, a little bit of salt, very little. Then we're adding brown sugar. So far, we've mixed absolutely nothing. Now we're adding pecans. You could have added walnuts if you wanted to. Almonds, hazelnut, pecans is my nut of choice. And then chocolate chips. You could add dark, semi-sweet. And then your oatmeal. Now, folks, everything has been put in that order into this bowl, of which we will get in with our hands and mix them up using your fingers. Just put them all together. Then you'll put them on a seal pad or a nonstick baking sheet. Here's the finished product that's come right out of the oven. I've chosen a stacker here to put them on. See how wonderfully big, dark, delicious they are, rich with flavor because they're oatmeal and chocolate chips. Then maybe, like the kitchen store in Moore has, this incredible basket. Display them. It looks much better than just laying out there. Do something with one of your favorite dishes. This basket came from Kitchen Store and More. This segment is sponsored by 501 Life, McDowell Properties, and Kitchen Store and More. The recipe is available for you. Let's cook oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. We're back for our second segment of those favorite, all-time, memory-conscious, can't wait till the Thanksgiving table recipes and favorite dishes. And I'm going to start with this group with desserts and pastries and sweets. So let's start back here on the back row with Phil, asking Phil, what was that good memory that you can't wait to try again?
Well, there's two. My mom had a cherry pie, but since my mom died in 1990, my wife's chocolate chip and pecan cookies have taken over. So
all right.
Those are my favorites.
Sounds wonderful to me. Emily, how about you?
My grandmother's chocolate pie was my favorite.
Do you always have that every Thanksgiving that you can remember?
Every Thanksgiving, and she passed it down to me.
I love it. How about you, Kelly?
It's called a $100 cake. It's just an old-fashioned cake with coffee in it.
Is it chocolate related or just coffee and chocolate mixture? Jonna?
Mine is the hummingbird cake. It was my grandmother's, and it's a tradition every year, chock full of coconut, pecans, and pineapples, cream cheese frosting.
Sounds amazing. How about you?
Well, 39 years ago when I got married, I started making a pumpkin roll. And I would make it every Thanksgiving, pass it down. It's delicious with cream cheese and nuts.
Now, is that in a roulade sort of pan and rolled up and cooled down? And then, yeah, I'm impressed. And will you do that again this year?
Well, maybe. I'll try to.
And you'll try to. All right, great. And Pam?
Oh gosh, Don, I want a warm piece of pecan pie with a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. That's Thanksgiving.
That's Thanksgiving. It might be Thanksgiving to you as well. All right?
My mother always made peanut brittle candy and a wonderful chocolate candy that had coconut and nuts in it that I loved it at the holiday season.
This is our first candy memory. That's kind of interesting because that's affected by weather and lots of other things. So good for you. Will you have it again this year?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
I would have to say pumpkin pie with a really good whipped cream, fresh whipped cream, made at home. Scoop of that on top. It's always really good.
You notice she said real whipped cream. I like that too. Nothing is better. Does not all of this sound delicious? I think we're going to have a great meal. Sounds great to me. This segment has been sponsored by the Kitchen Store and More, Pam McDowell Properties, and 501 Life.